Hi students, welcome back for the third week of communication campaign. So we're basically halfway through our lessons, okay, for this semester. All right, so how do you connect with customers? It doesn't matter whether you're you're a local sole trader or the CEO of a multinational corporation. Communication is essential for any organization, okay? In fact, study shows that an emotional link is more important to your customers than anything else. The good news is that it's never been easier for companies to reach out to their audiences and prospective clients. The rise of social media with the ever-present social media and popularity of content marketing strategy ensures that brands have countless ways to speak to their customers. In fact, with the right brand communication strategy in place, you might find that consumers became co-creators in your content plan. Around 80% of the videos, blogs, and messages posted online are user-generated. Just look at any brand that is available online right now. Their content are made by the people, the users, okay? Every article you publish, comment that you tweeted, and video that you shoot opens a dialogue, okay, with your customers that takes you one step closer to brand ambassadors and client loyalty. The question is, how do you start speaking to your audience, okay? So how to create connections, okay? What is the brand communication plan? So brand communications isn't just a fancy term for marketing strategy. While the two concepts have a lot in common, the defining factor of a communication plan is that you don't just speak to your audiences, you listen to what they say back to you too. Okay, it's a two-way. Remember in crisis communication last semester, we learned about two-way asymmetrical and two-way symmetrical plan. Okay. A brand communication plan can do various things for your company when implemented alongside your method for brand reach. There's three things that it can do. Number one is it helps you to understand your audiences and position in the marketplace so you can optimize your existing marketing strategies. The more you listen to your audience, the more you'll discover which content they respond to best, what issues they have with your products and services, and what can you do to improve satisfaction. Number two, they can improve your products by making you aware of common problems your consumer have. For instance, if people love your homemade cookies, but they wish they were gluten-free, you can add a new product to your portfolio to instantly enhance your value proposition to them, okay? And lastly, it delivers more cost-effective marketing. As you learn, throughout strategic planning, you'll be able to eliminate marketing efforts that don't work for your organization, okay? Therefore, reducing any unnecessary expenses. Okay. Ultimately, brand communication strategy is about getting to know your audience, crafting the right message, and making sure you're present on the right channels. Eventually, better communications result in stronger, more memorable brand experiences for your audience, which lead to, obviously, bigger sales. The problem is that developing effective marketing and communication plan is difficult. I understand that. After all, you are essentially creating a comprehensive roadmap that will guide your entire sales and marketing team through every interaction they have with a potential prospect and customers, okay? So in the next video, we'll be more focusing on finding the right communication strategy. Okay, I see you there. Guys, welcome back. This is the second lesson on how to build brand communications, finding your communication strategy. So defining an identity for your brand and clearly communicating that concept to customers is a key part in differentiating yourself in the modern marketplace. Remember, emotional connections have been scientifically proven to sway buying decisions, okay? As the marketplace trends and customer expectations change, your brand communications are sure to evolve. However, there are a few tips that you can keep in mind to help you launch a more successful conversation with your customers. Okay, the first one is you start with the buyer personas. Okay, the easiest way to make sure you are speaking to the right language during discourse with your target customer is to learn who you are talking to. Buyer personas are documents that help you to understand your core customer group. They will include helpful details that guide your tone of voice and personality in marketing materials. For instance, If you know your ideal customer is a young millennial who is in love with visual, then you might share emoji-rich messages on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, okay? Number 2, you have to know your unique selling point, your USP. Once you understand who you are talking to, you need to determine what you are going to be talking about, okay? This means coming to terms with the value that makes you special in your chosen marketplace. A USP, unique selling point, is more than just the product you're selling. Basically, it's the key element that sets you apart from your competitors. For instance, perhaps you have an amazing customer service, a strong sense of corporate social responsibility, or an eye for innovation. When you know your USP, you do your best to demonstrate it during conversations with your audience, and remember to pay attention to how they respond. Number 3, define your personality. Your USP and buyer personas will help you to determine what kind of personality you should be showing in your brand communication, okay? A brand needs a human side to connect on an emotional level with its target audience. Remember to cater to your buyer personas and work on ensuring consistency throughout every channel in your communication plan. It might be worth designing a brand manifesto so you can project a single voice, look, and core message every time you post a blog, create a podcast, or post on social media. This will help customers to feel gradually more familiar with your company. That's why you see a lot of companies now, they have this small caption, small manifesto that is going around on everything that they produce, so it will create this strong cohesive message, okay? Number 4, choose your marketing mix. The development of a digital marketing space means that there are more ways to communicate online than ever before. Today's customers use an average of 6 touch points to connect with their favorite companies. Since no two brands are the same, there is no standard mix that will work for everyone. The key to building successful brand communication is getting to know your options. The more you understand each channel, the more you can choose media that suits your audience and your goals, okay? We will discuss more about the marketing mix in the following lessons, okay? And lastly, you need to establish metrics for success. Finally, decide what you want to accomplish with your brand communication strategy. Are you hoping that a conversation with your audience will help you design a stronger product? Maybe you just want to develop loyal customers willing to advocate for your brand. Whatever your ambitions are, setting key performance indicators or KPIs will help you to track your success. As a starting point, okay, for example, for your campaign, you can look at average shares on social media, shares and likes, okay? Number 2, comments on your websites, videos, or social channels. Number 3, customer satisfaction, ratings, reviews, testimonials. Number 4, conversion rates. And number 5, whether they have email for subscription or the follow rate. For example, like you can say something like, for example, in your marketing campaign, right? For the first month, before the campaign itself, you have 50 followers. Now you have, after 1 month, you have 200 followers. That means 150%. It's 300% increase basically. Okay, guys, welcome back to the third part of the lessons. Avenues for brand communication. Which platform should you use? Designing a successful brand communication plan takes some serious skill. You need to make sure you've covered all the right bases while ensuring that your message is highlighted in the best possible light. It is no surprise that so many companies get the help of a professional brand communication agency. One of the first questions you'll need to answer when you are developing a strategic brand communication plan is, which channels are you going to use? There are countless options available, from direct mail to offline marketing to influencer campaigns to word of mouth. Here are, basically, I'm telling you now, the 3 most popular tech-driven channels for any communication plan. The first one is social media. Social media might be one of the most crucial elements of any modern brand communication plan, depending on what line of business you're in. Thanks to platforms like Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, customers and companies are having more conversations today than ever before. While practically every company will use at least one social media channel to build dialogue with their followers, The key to success is making sure that you're active on the platforms that appeal most to your target audience. Figure out where your clients are spending their time and create your profile. When you're ready, develop a content calendar to remind you to constantly update your social presence. Remember, in today's connected world, brand loyalty often depends on how well can you leverage the power of social media in building connection with prospects, your customers. There are more than 1.4 active daily users on Facebook, today, and they're just one social network. If you don't have a social strategy already, then I think it's time for you to get one. Okay, number 2 is email marketing. While email might not be on trend as social media, it is still a powerful choice for business owners. Companies can implement email marketing in their brand communication in several ways. For example, you might create a weekly newsletter, use emails to advertise on upcoming sale or event, stuff like that. As with any communication strategy in the modern world, knowing your target audience is essential here. Not every subscriber will want the same email blast from you. Take the time to segment your followers from the beginning and remember to offer them opportunities to respond to you frequently with surveys, polls, and questionnaires. Email marketing should be about nurturing the relationship you have with your followers, not just showing them the latest products or sales and what you have to offer. The more you ask your customers to respond to you, the more effective your communication plan will become. Okay? Number 3, web content. Okay? Finally, content marketing is still the king of the world in the brand communication field. Research shows that average attention span is around 8.25 seconds. This means that if you want your content to earn the attention of your audience, you need to make sure whatever you post is compelling and relevant. With the right communication strategy, you can find out what your customer want from your content, invite them to share their thoughts in the comments below, offers them an opportunity to vote on their favorite videos or blog posts, or simply ask them what they want to hear about. The more you listen to your followers, the more valuable your content will become, which will drive more customers to your page so that the cycle can always continue. Remember that web content isn't necessarily restricted to blog posts or SEO marketing, SEO copywriting. Your brand communications online can include anything that sparks a response from your target audience. Okay, some of the most popular web content that you can do is, number 1, brand videos. Okay, live videos on social media is a great way to start a dialogue with your audience during a live broadcast. You can ask your followers questions and respond to their queries in real time. Number 2, podcasts. Podcasts can be low-cost way to respond to the common questions that your customer have been asking you. During a weekly podcast, you could cover news updates, ask for call-ins and questions for your customers, and get the conversation started online. This is like radio, basically. Number 3, competitions. Contests are a great way to develop discussion with your followers. For instance, you could ask your Instagram followers to share pictures of the best ways they like to use your product. This could inspire future blog posts and it helps to engage with your customers. Hi guys, welcome back. This is lesson 4 out of 5. Speaking their language, how to upgrade your brand communication. Okay, part of designing effective brand communication is finding the right voice. When you first launch a brand, you spend more time creating your voice as a complement to your existing personality. This tone should represent the unique aspect of your company and demonstrate the kind of organization you are to your followers. For instance, while Coca-Cola has a fun and friendly voice, Apple is more sophisticated and modern. Your voice should stay the same on every channel, regardless how you are connecting with your customers. However, if you want to make your brand communication plan as successful as possible, then you need to make sure that the tone you choose resonates with your followers. Okay, some of the tips are, number 1, be authentic and honest. Today's customer want a relationship with their favorite companies. In other words, they don't want you speaking to them like they're just another paycheck. They want authentic brand communication. To make your conversation as honest as possible, start by looking at the brand values your company has established. Okay, if you claim to be an organization that cares about the environment, how do you demonstrate that in your marketing materials? If you're all about innovation, how can you show more love to development in the things that you say? Okay. So there are a lot of content, there are a lot of examples online, so you can look for it. Like some of the companies that I've seen was Patagonia. They have authentic brand communication plan. Instead of spending all their money on traditional advertisement, this unique company, they showcase their reliability, building human bonds, and getting involved with their community. In other words, they build their relationship like a human being would and encourage people to share their experience in a friendly way. You can look for it on Google. Okay, number 2 is have conversation. Remember earlier, I said something about brand communication isn't just about speaking at your audience. Well, conversations are key in a modern marketing environment. Today's brands can really reach out and listen to their followers, and there are countless benefits in doing that. Taking the time to develop real and genuine dialogue with your prospect shows that you care about your customers. It also ensures that you are constantly educating your marketing and sales team with new information about what your followers want from you. Okay? You can even start conversation with other brands to show off your human side. Like when you see on Twitter when McDonald's are speaking to Wendy's, okay, KFC are speaking to McD or whatever. Or like Oreo shows off its playful nature constantly on Twitter with conversational messages to other companies and its community. It's cute, Number 3, you can transform your customers into advocates. Okay, this is a very important point. You're currently in a marketing world where people are more likely to listen and trust the words of their peers than faceless corporations. With that in mind, it makes sense that your brand communication plan would include some consideration of the benefit of word-of-mouth marketing. The more you focus on combining exceptional customer service experiences with shareable, enticing content, the more likely it is that your brand message will go further, carried by your social fans. You need to devise a social media campaign that targets the right people, and you may even want to consider adding influencers to the mix. However, if you can make your clients into advocates, then you can stop wasting money on your marketing efforts and start convincing people to start advertise for you. The best example here is Apple. You see on Twitter there will always be this thing called Apple fanboy versus Android fanboys. Yeah, these two systems will go on at each other. They spat on each other. So basically, the brand like Apple, they have turned their fans into advocates. So these people will actually defend your brand, whatever it takes. Okay. Okay. And that's number 4. Focus on exceptional customer experience. Experience is primed to overtake product and price as the key differentiator for brands in 2020. Part of the great brand communication is knowing how to keep your followers happy. That means you need to think about the quality of the engagement you're having with your customers. Thoughtfully responding to comments on your blogs, message on your social media wall helps to show that humanity side of your brand while building trust. Additionally, speaking directly to your customers will make it easier for you to learn how to support them. A conversation is far more telling than any pile of data. Take the time to listen to what your customers are saying to you. This might mean answering their question on email, responding quickly to complaints on social media, and simply providing useful updates. Southwest Airlines, one of the airlines in the US, are constantly adding information to their Twitter feed to help support their customers. Followers can see updates on delayed flights, add their concerns, and ask for help too. Okay. In Malaysia, we have Maybank, who's always active on social media. Okay. Number 5, I think it's the last point. Be open and transparent. In a world where customers can find almost anything they need to know about your company online, this honesty won't take you very far. Brand communications always go a lot smoother when everyone is honest and open. If you're willing to take your clients behind the scenes of what's going on with your business, they'll be far more likely to trust you. What's more, you'll be able to separate yourself from your competitors by showing you have nothing to hide. Okay? McDonald's, okay, in Canada, launched the Our Food, Your Question campaign to help improve their reputation after years of scrutiny as a fast food brand. For a long time, McDonald's suffered from unflattering myths about the ingredient it uses to make the burgers. The Canadian campaign offered customers a chance to publicly ask for information about the myth and legend. Ultimately, as worrisome as this strategy must have been for the company, it gave McDonald's a chance to dispel some rumors, educate customers, and improve brand awareness. Okay, so we have come to the end of our class, so I hope you enjoy all that. Basically, for conclusion, designing the ultimate brand communication plan. Communication will always be key in running a successful business. While brand communication isn't a new concept, the difference today is that companies aren't just talking at their followers. Modern customers have a voice, and they're using it to share their opinions, add concerns, and educate business users on what they need. While the shift to marketing at customers to marketing with them can be a complex transformation for many companies, we've reached a point where every brand needs to evolve. With the strategic brand communications plan, you can carefully decide how they're going to connect with your customers, what kind of voice you use, and what can you do to optimize the dialogue. Today's brand communication plan isn't just about blasting message out to thousands of customers at once, nor is it about sending the same boring advertisement to countless disinterested clients. The right communication is your chance to start developing real relationship with your clients, the kind that leads to brand loyalty and customer advocacy. How have you upgraded your brand communication strategy in recent years? Are you using the right channels? Have you changed your voice? Have you found that you need to take the additional steps to integrate your marketing mix? Okay, so we have to be part of the conversation. Okay, so I guess that's the end of this class. I hope you enjoy this. Okay, please do all the activities, and if you have any question, you can just drop your comments below or send me an email. Bye, I'll see you next week.